Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to a new MLB update video where today we're going to talk a little bit on the Lindor extension talks with the Mets and some Blue Jays news as well. So starting off with the Lindor talks, he has been in some extension talks with the Mets. Lindor is asking 12 years, 385 to 400 million, and the Mets offer was 10 years, 325 million. So there's obviously a pretty big gap there between the years and the money. Lindor, I doubt there's going to be an extension before the season. They could probably re-sign him in the offseason, but there's going to be other competition, and I'm going to speak a little bit on that later. I don't think Lindor is going to get the 325, and the reason is the shortstop market in the offseason next year is stacked. You got Trevor Story, Carlos Correa, you got Seager, you got Baez, you got Simmons. Like, those are the top-notch shortstops in the MLB. They're all going to be on the free agent market next year, and the reason I don't think he's going to get the 325 is because there's not going to be as many bidding wars, because other teams, if they don't like Lindor's price, they could always go talk to Trevor Story, Javier Baez, Carlos Correa, Corey Seager, and even if they don't want to spend all that money for a shortstop, they could get some lower money options like Marcus Semien or Andrelton Simmons, who are both on one-year deals this year. So there's not going to be as much competition for Lindor this year. So I definitely think he could. I don't think he will get that much money, but I definitely think he could if the market is right and if some other players sign extensions with their team. Just to speak about some other competition, so I do see Lindor, if he goes into the free agency market, being targeted by the Yankees and the Dodgers. Starting off with the Dodgers, they could lose Corey Seager in free agency. We know the Yankees are going to target Seager. We know the Phillies are going to be looking for a top-notch shortstop. We know the Texas is going to be looking for a player to build their team around because they are at the part in the rebuild where they're going to start to spend soon, and they just bought a new stadium. They just bought one, so they could look to build their team around a key player that they got in the free agent market. So the Dodgers could lose Seager, and then they go out and get Lindor to replace him. And that would be a pretty good move for them. And then going over to the Yankees, we know Gleyber Torres was involved in some trading rumors this offseason, so they could very well trade Torres for a key starter behind Garrett Cole and then sign Lindor to replace him. They would get better defense and probably the same or better offense than Torres, and they would be able to get a key piece in the rotation. So it would make sense for both teams to go out and sign Lindor if it came down to that. And other dark horse options to sign Lindor, you got Philadelphia and Texas, like I said, both looking for key parts to build their team around. Texas would obviously have to build their team around Lindor or anyone in the shortstop market more because Philadelphia has Realmuto and Harper and Nola, so they're already more built, so they just need that final piece to jump up to the top of the division, and Texas is looking to build their team around that one piece. So it's going to be lots of competition. I definitely think the Mets offer is very well for Lindor. I don't know if he will get that offer in the open market, but it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. In other Mets news, Michael Conforto, the other big free agent who probably could win an MVP if everything goes right for him, he could definitely win an MVP with his offensive production. He is likely not to sign an extension as well before the season starts, so interesting to see what happens there. Maybe he signs somewhere else and is the final piece for the puzzle in another team's organization. So interesting to see what happens with the Mets negotiations in the next couple days. Going on to our Toronto Blue Jays news, they have acquired a catcher, Gratterall, from the Angels. He is a backup catching role. He's going to be on the taxi squad at the alternate site just in case of injury. This probably means that Reese McGuire's time with the team is over. I would fully expect the Blue Jays to DFA McGuire in probably the next 24 hours. So that's just some quick update news there. And then the main part, George Springer injury. He is going to miss the first 10 days of the season with his oblique strain. So definitely not the ideal start for Blue Jays fans, but hopefully it doesn't get worse and he'll come back. So let me know what you think about that little news for the Blue Jays down in the comments. And I've also heard lots of mixed opinions for Lindor. People think that he's not worth that deal. People think that he should be worth the $400 million. So let me know what you think about everything in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you guys in the next one.